Dear students, now we are going to discuss coefficient quantization method with an example in detail.
Let's start with the definition of coefficient quantization noise. The quantization of coefficients in the digital filters produces an error that is known as coefficient quantization error. Theoretically, the filter coefficients are computed to an infinite precision values, but in digital system, the filter coefficients are represented in terms of binary and are stored in a fixed size registers. So here the register is having some fixed size. So we have to represent the filter coefficients in terms of binary with fixed number of bits. So here we are going to quantize the coefficients using rounding or truncation method. So here by doing this quantization process for this filter coefficients, there may be some effects in the system. So due to the coefficient quantization, the filter frequency response deviates from the desired response of the system. So hence the filter may fail to meet the desired specification, correct? Then the coefficient quantization process modifies the pole zero locations of the transfer function of the system. Sometimes the pole locations will be changed in such a way that the system may lead to instability condition. So here for an example we can consider the system like this. So in this stable system all the poles are present within the unit circle. So poles can be either on the unit circle or inside the unit circle. If any one of the poles present outside of this unit circle, then the system is said to be unstable system. So here before quantization, poles are present within that unit circle and one pole is present on the unit circle. After quantization, the pole location is changed to the outside of this unit circle. So the system becomes unstable system. So here as we know that for stable system, all the poles are inside or on the unit circle. Here quantized coefficients may lie outside the unit circle of the z-plane leading to the unstable system. That is the major disadvantage or effects of this coefficient quantization method. Next, the method which is used to reduce the coefficient quantization error is a high order filter as a cascade of second order sections. So cascade connection can reduce the coefficient quantization error. Okay. Let's solve one problem in the coefficient quantization method. So here to find the effect of coefficient quantization on pole locations for the given second order IIR filter using direct form 1 method. So here the second order IIR filter is given in terms of transfer function h of z, that is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus 0.5 z power minus 1 multiplied with 1 minus 0.45 z power minus 1. So these two are the root values directly given in the transfer function. In the solution part, we are going to use truncation method for quantizing the coefficients and we are going to truncate the first 3 bits. So first we have to write that transfer function as such. Next we are going to make this denominator polynomial as a single expression. So we have to multiply these two values, then we can get 1 into 1, 1 into minus 0.45 z power minus 1 is minus 0.45 z power minus 1, then minus 0.5 z power minus 1 into 1 is minus 0.5 z power minus 1, then we have to multiply these two terms, then we can get minus into minus plus 0.225 z power minus 2, correct? Then we can simplify this term as h of z is equal to 1 divided by 1 minus 0.95, that is minus 0.45 minus 0.5 is nothing but minus 0.95 z power minus 1 plus this value. So this is the simplified transfer function for direct form 1 method. So next we are going to apply coefficient quantization for this transfer function. Here this 0.95 is this is the coefficient for this filter. This is 0.225 is the coefficient for the second delay z power minus 2. So here this can be written as 1 divided by 1 minus quantization of 0.95 z power minus 1, quantization of 0.225 z power minus 2. So let's take this coefficient first. So quantization of 0.95, it is in the decimal value, right? So here the coefficient is generally represented in terms of decimal value that has to be converted into binary because quantization can be done only at binary level. So here we have to convert this. So 0.95 is multiplied with 2. So we can get 1.90. So here we can take this 1 outside. Then we have to multiply the remaining term. So 0.90 is multiplied with 2. We can get 1.80. We can take this value 1 here. So next 1.60 is there. So we have to multiply, 0.80 is multiplied with 2. We can get 1.60. So we can take this 1. Likewise it is going on. Correct? So here we have assumed only 3 bits are going to be taken. Correct? So for that we have to take that value till 4. Okay, 4 values. So here we can write that binary value for this 0.95 like this. So here we have to take top to bottom value for fractional part. So we can get the quantization of 0.95 in terms of decimal is equal to quantization of 0.111. It is going on. Correct? So we are going to truncate the value for the first 3 bits. So we are going to take that first 3 bits after this binary point and simply discard the remaining bits. Okay? So we can get that quantized value as 0.111 in terms of binary, but we want to get the term in decimal. So again we have to convert this binary into decimal. As you all know that binary to decimal for this fractional part means this one is multiplied with 1 by 2 plus this one is multiplied with 1 by 4 plus this one is multiplied with 1 by 8. So we can get 7 by 8. Then 7 by 8 is nothing but 0.875. So this is the quantized value for this 0.95. So the actual pole location is 0.95, but now we have got the pole location as 0.875. Similarly, we can obtain the quantized value for this 0.225. So for this decimal value, first we have to get the binary. So this 0.225 can be written as 0.00111. It is going on. In terms of binary, we are going to take only 3 bits. So we are going to simply discard the remaining bits in the truncation method. So we can quantize this value as 0.001. So again we have to convert this value into decimal by multiplying this value by 1 by 2, by multiplying this value by 1 by 4, by multiplying this value by 1 by 8 and add all these values. So here it is 0. So this term becomes 0. Here it is 0. This term becomes 0. Here it is 1 into 1 by 8. So the answer is 1 by 8. 1 by 8 is nothing but 0.125. So that is the quantized value for this 0.225. Okay. So after getting these two values, quantized values, we have to substitute those values in this filter transfer function. So the transfer function can be written like this. So from this we come to know that the pole locations of the given transfer function are changed from 0.95 to 0.875, 0.225 to 0.125. Okay. So in the next example, we are going to quantize the filter coefficient in cascade method. So here we have to take the same transfer function and the number of bits is equal to 3. Truncation method is going to be used. In cascade method, we have to keep the root values as such. So we are going to quantize the root values of this filter. So first we can take that 0.5. So quantizing this 0.5 means we have to convert this 0.5 to binary value. Its equivalent binary value is 0.100. So its decimal value is equal to 0.5. There is no change in this pole location. So next we have to take the second root value, that is 0.45. So for this value, that quantized value can be obtained like this, correct? So 0.45 can be written in terms of binary equivalent as 0.0111. It is going on. So we have to consider the first 3 bits and discard the remaining bits. So here it is 0.011. That is the truncated value. So that equivalent decimal value is nothing but 0.375. It is almost closer to this 0.45. So there is a slight change in the second root value. So this is the quantization in terms of cascade method.